Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Man, I tell you, I don't know what it is lately. It's since I got rid of the devil. You just, man, you look so nice. You really look sharp today, and you looked sharp yesterday and the day before on April 1st. It's just amazing to me how you've picked it up and snapped it up. You look great, man.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that very much.
You bet, friend. Hey,
I don't know what to say.
I saw.
Thank you for the compliment.
Oh,
that just warms my heart.
Well, thank you. Just a minute. Now, how do you do that nowadays? They make a heart when they make a heart.
the thumbs. I don't know what that is. That looks like a cloud or something.
Looks like a crab.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You curl the fingers.
Yeah, bring the thumbs down a little bit, and then,
Well, I look right through that. I can see you there.
I can see you, Dave. Wow. That almost felt like a episode of Romper Room. Remember
Romper
when they?
Room, yeah.
I see David and Brent.
You watch Romper Room, huh?
Well, back in the day, yes. when I was a little kid, growing up, yes.
Now
I watched Romper Room.
I got to be careful because I don't want to get, I want to stay on the good side. So I'm not going to go there. I was going to. I was going to ask you if you watch All-Star Wrestling and Romper Room at the same time, but you don't watch Romper Room anymore.
I never got into. Yeah, pro wrestling never came into my life until we got cable television.
Destruction of man.
Yes. What was I, junior high?
Probably.
Sixth grade. Well, it was 84. That was the year we got cable television because that was the year I discovered the Chicago Cubs as well. Fell in love with the Cubs when we got cable television on WGN because they were really good in 84.
You didn't go for Atlanta?
No.
See, my dad went for Atlanta.
No, never got into the Braves. But those afternoon games that they would show on WGN with Harry Carey.
Yeah, Harry Carey.
Oh, man. And Ryan Sandberg quickly became my favorite player because I played second base in Little League.
Well, that makes a difference.
So
it sure does.
And when we got cable television, I discovered Ric Flair, man.
Boy.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. All right. Coming up, well, actually, it started already in Arnold. They're having the Make Arnold Shine all this month. April has been designated as Community Cleanup Month in Arnold. And they've got roll-off containers placed at the village street shop for convenience to help you clean up properties and so forth. And they're going to have a volunteer help day on Monday, April 22nd. So write that down, you folks who live in and around Arnold. It'll be volunteer help day for cleaning up Arnold. Volunteers from the Arnold Rotary and Chamber and Arnold Public Schools, American Legion, and village personnel want to help make Arnold shine. So if you're interested, call Patty Lamberty. She's a wonderful young lady at 848-2228, or call Becky Daly, Blue-Eyed Becky, at 848-2522 to put your name on the list. and the Arnold Chamber will provide a meal for the volunteers.
Nice.
As well. So it's a month-long just awareness of cleaning up Arnold, but then on the 22nd, they're going to have Volunteer Day. Speaking of Becky, be sure and shine up those windows on Becky's insurance shop.
Okay.
When you clean. Because she needs to see out. She's got those beautiful blue eyes, and we want her to be able to see outside, out through the window. Now, knowing Becky, she probably shines them herself, but it'd be a nice gesture if you might just drop by and shine her windows up a little bit, and then stop down at the Arnold newspaper and say hi to the girls there.
There you go.
See if they need something cleaned up. The quilt show is coming up. The Custer Last Stitch Quilt Guild is having activities at Brickstone View Community Room the 13th through the 20th of April. And you'll be able to witness a stunning array of works created by talented individuals and immerse yourself in a world of creativity from Custer's Last Stitch Quilt Guild. That's a couple public service announcements this morning.
Thank you, Dave. Did that real well.
Thanks. I got some more, but I'll save them for later.
By the way, you really handled Custer's Last Stitch Quilt Guild very well.
I went slow.
That's not easy to say.
I went slow.
Yep, you did real well.
Don't ask me to say marinara sauce quickly, but I can do that one.
I do like it when we get mozzarella twist sticks.
I skip it
with marinara dipping sauce for Dave to read on the school lunch menu.
Deb Mayer Gaston says good morning. Good morning, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Saw you and your hubby in front of the bank yesterday. You guys look great. I was not spying on him. I was across the street in a building, and they. Never mind. Today, at the Prairie Pioneer Center, on this Wednesday, 3rd day of April, egg salad sandwich, veggie salad, and fruit. Call them at 872-6121. Let them know you'd like the meal. You can also call that same number to set up delivery to your home.
All right, here we go with the school lunch menus for today. We'll start in Ansley, where today they'll feature lasagna at Ansley today.
The Anselmo Myrna Public Schools Super Nachos, barbecued rib sandwich, uncrustable cheese, and cracker platter.
Arcadia today, ham and scallop potatoes at Arcadia School.
Callaway Schools, spaghetti, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Broken Bow Middle and High School today showing super nachos, barbecue rib sandwich, fresh baked combo sub, grilled chicken deli wrap, and My Wing Station with breadstick. Choices for lunch at Broken Bow today.
Gothenburg Public Schools, super nachos, barbecued rib sandwich, fresh baked turkey and cheese sub, a made fresh Hawaiian pizza, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter.
Some of the Cozad choices today will be cheeseburger with chicken chili or a chef salad with Italian bread. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
Sandhills Dunning School, ravioli with marinara sauce.
Ooh, well done.
Breadsticks and California blend.
Loop City today, waffle tower fries or a deli wrap. Lunch choices today at Loop City.
Thedford Schools, chicken cordon bleu, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
All right. Sargent today, chili cheese fries or stuffed potato, fruit, crazy pie, dinner roll, and milk on the menu today at Sargent.
Crazy pie.
That's what it says.
I wonder what that's like.
Oh.
It's also the anniversary of the cell phone today.
Wow, really?
When do you think the first cell phone was working? 51 years ago today.
Really, 51 years ago? I would not have guessed that far back.
1973.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of gave you the answer there. Sorry. A guy named Martin Cooper made the first ever cell phone call. He worked at Motorola, where he developed cellular technology. The first phone, the Motorola DynaTAC 8000X, was about the size of a basketball shoe, and had a talk time of 35 minutes, and it didn't do anything but make crackly phone calls. You remember when people started getting their first bag phones, putting the antenna up on the roof and being able to call, when you were out working or out on a fishing trip, you could call home
or had car trouble.
Car trouble, yeah. Which is really the big advantage of cellular service for safety. It's also National Tweed Day. I don't know if you wear tweed. You'd look great in tweed.
Would I? Thanks.
Yeah, pretty sure. Originally a celebration of Senator William Boss Tweed from the 1800s, until it was revealed to be he was one of the most corrupt politicians in American history. I'm not sure now how he would rate. Probably would seem like a really nice guy. But anyway, that was how the celebration of tweed started, and then the celebration of tweed fabric, which has been known to rub people the wrong way, just like Senator Tweed did. Tweed can be uncomfortable. You've ever worn tweed?
You know what? I honestly don't know if I have. I don't think I ever have.
Also, National Find a Rainbow Day. Up until the 16th century, Europeans believed, and this will be very controversial today, but this was what they thought back then. It's funny how older things kind of remind you what's going on today, unfortunately. Up until the 16th century, Europeans believed that anyone who passed under a rainbow would emerge from the other side as the opposite gender. So if you were a guy and you went under the rainbow, you'd come out a girl, vice versa. I don't know why they thought that. And anyway, the optical phenomenon is just sunlight that's refracted from water molecules in the air. I'm going to get through this. A rainbow is actually a big circle. But the horizon blocks us from seeing the other half. So it's really a big circle, a circle of life. Yeah.
They're beautiful, man.
Yeah.
When they come out and they're full, and then sometimes you get the double ones.
Those are fantastic.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I think some of the most beautiful rainbows that we can see in this area is up in the sandhills.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe when the sunflowers are really bloomed and out, and you get a rainbow going, it doesn't get much better than that. Maybe a windmill with a tank and the water running and a rainbow behind it. Yeah. Ireland has a lot of rainbows because they have kind of rain all the time. I imagine a lot of your wetter areas are that way. But beautiful. And the double ones are nice. Now, I don't know whether you want to try it. If you walk under one of them, you might want to have if you're a guy, have a dress ready when you get, or I shouldn't even say dress, ladies' clothing apparel ready when you come out from underneath that rainbow, or vice versa.
Interesting. Can we play the Casey Musgrave song "Rainbow" later today? Gavin Higgins, who used to work here, sometimes he listens. I don't know if he's listening today, but I know he loves that song.
Well, let's do it then.
Yeah, he just loves that song.
That would be a nice thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Gavin, it'd be great.
For Gavin. It's National Walking Day. We've been talking a lot about walking lately because people have been out walking when the weather is nice. And now there's even more new data that says taking a walk can save your life. Researchers in California found that people who walked 4 miles once a week were 15% less likely to kick the bucket compared to folks who walk less than that. That's just about 8,000 steps, folks. And we have a walker in our studio right now. I know she walks. I've seen her walk in our neighborhood. Good morning.
She just walked in.
I did just walk in.
Did you walk out here?
And I've already there's no sidewalks. It scares me to walk on Route 2.
Well, Highway 2 is not a real good place to walk.
I won't. No.
Did it a few times because I had to, but it was kind of scary.
Yeah. I won't walk on there without a sidewalk.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So, man, I like your top.
Thank you. Nice and bright.
That's nice. That's nice. Brent, would you like to play the game with
Well, sure, Dave. Yes. It's National Humor Month.
Well, that's good.
Yes. Since 1975, Saturday Night Live has seen some incredibly talented comedians come across its stage. So here's your quiz about some fan favorites. Today's question, another of the original cast members, this talented lady created the characters Emily Latella, Rosanna Dana, I think is nerd.
Rosanna Dana.
I like this character, nerd Lisa Loopner. Remember that? And Baba Wawa, a talk show host with a speech impediment.
Oh, God.
She could make you laugh for sure. Who are we talking about? Is it Gilda Radner, Mary Gross, Jan Hooks, or Lorraine Newman? Those are your choices. If you know the answer, call us 872-2801.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Ben works at Runza, and he loves his teammates.
We got rock star Rachel, Johnny J-Town, and T-Money Terry in the house.
What's your nickname, Ben?
They call me Benst in the world.
Did you give yourself that?
Maybe.
Nickname or not, Runza makers stick together. Want to join the team? Apply today at runza.com/jobs or text Runza to 242424.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
And we have John on the line. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. I'm doing well.
It's good to hear your voice. Everything been going well for you?
Yeah, I can't complain. It's been a good year so far, knock on wood.
Good. Are you writing any new stories? Any movie scripts?
No movie scripts, but I am starting a new book possibly here shortly.
Good.
Oh, good.
Good.
Need to get my thoughts organized and actually do it.
I know. That's always with anything, getting started, right?
Exactly.
Well,
but once I do, it'll go well, I think.
I think so, too. You've got an idea then.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, John, just because you're getting ready to write a book,
Yay!
you've already won, but
Yes.
you might go ahead and answer the question for Brent as well.
Do you know
Okay.
who we were talking about, John?
I believe you were talking about Gilda Radner.
Yeah, of course we were.
Exactly.
Good job.
Yep.
And because you've
She was
answered
a brilliant comedian.
Oh, she was
Yeah,
great.
she was.
Yep.
Yep.
because you've answered correctly, we've got a certificate here that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesday at Runza in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us when you can.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John. It is 7:48. Quick time out. We're going to come back and talk curtains.
Headaches, ear ringing, neck pain, dizziness, brain fog. Is your jaw pain to blame? Pearson Physical Therapy wants to be your partner in finding out. Tension and dysfunction in the jaw and surrounding muscles can lead to a number of symptoms that disrupt your daily life. It can be hard to know who to seek out for help. We invite you to come see us at Pearson Physical Therapy to learn how your jaw dysfunction can be managed so that you can get back to not having to deal with daily aggravation. Call us at 872-5800 or stop by on West Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Moline Seed and Fence is your leader in agricultural fencing and animal management solutions. Let's get ready for spring with the new satellite water monitoring system from Gallagher. Check your tanks in seconds for a fraction of the cost of driving. Turn that time saved into a new fencing project. High tensile, barbed wire, metal, and pipe fencing all in stock and ready for your next project. Moline Seed and Fence, located southwest of Callaway. Give them a call today. 308-529-0781.
Waking up Central Nebraska.
They are so funny.
KCNI, KBBN.
All right. You want to talk curtains or
Sure.
something else?
Curtains are good.
Designs of distinction.
Yes, absolutely.
And have you been busy?
I have. Yesterday I was down in McCook.
Wow.
I know. That was pretty neat. Wound up with 2 appointments there. So, yeah, one residential, one commercial. Thanks, Chris Smith. So,
once you go somewhere, you usually pick up another job or two, don't you?
Yeah, I think, neat lady there. Mindy, she's going to I gotta give her a quote for her house, but I think she'd be a great resource. She's just a really nice lady. So, yeah. So we just battled the wind.
Oh man!
I don't care which way I go. I have got a headwind. It does not matter. It truly doesn't. The minute I turn around, the wind shifts with me. It's like, okay.
It's not good for gas mileage, is it? No.
It was crazy.
Yesterday, going east to west or west to east was a little dicey because it was pushing you around a little bit.
It was, and well, it was naturally. It's always going across you.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like battling the steering wheel. But it was quite windy over in the western part, southwestern part of the state.
So when you go on a trip like that, Trish, you still are able to offer the free analysis, the measurement, and then the estimate and install.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I think the furthest place we went, it's been a couple years ago, was all the way down in the southwestern corner. Right. I mean, we were like, you could see Colorado. Yeah. So it's just driving.
Yeah. Is that something you are required to charge mileage for then?
Mm-mm.
You don't?
No, I don't.
As a business person, I might suggest you charge mileage. But
my tax person might say that too.
Yeah, I bet. Well, that's all part of the package that you provide.
And it's not like I'm every day going somewhere crazy. Today, as soon as I'm done here, I'm heading up to Burwell to put up some shades. And dunning, just it's all part of it.
Yeah. Well, I know you like to go to different places and travel, so
I enjoy, especially this time of the year. It's just nice and see all the little calves on the ground, and that's always just warms my heart. I love it. It's just so much fun. So
there's a lot of them out there right now.
Yes, there are.
So what right now is I don't want to say the trend, but what are people most interested in right now, or is it a wide array of things?
It's kind of a wide array, but the biggest thing still is heat and cold. Mm-hmm. Trying to control some of that. We still have a lot of older windows out here. So that's one of the biggest things. And just in general, light control, getting rid of the glare on the TV and the glare in the house and the UV coming in the house and fading things. And, it's funny. I've got a couple pictures hanging in my shop, and I look at them every once in a while and think, wow. They were just so pretty. And it's that big door, not big, but the door I've got right there, the sun coming in from the west. Mm-hmm. Some of that stuff has just faded like crazy, but
it will do it.
Oh yeah. It just, it's, and then you can put things on there to help stop it. The newer windows and doors have things built into them, but it's still sunlight. So it still kind of comes out, and you've still got to be careful with it. So
privacy is something that some people worry about and some people don't.
Right.
I know we're talking about walking, and I know you do some walking as well, and we're walking down the street, and the shades will be pulled on one house, and the next house you can watch TV with them if you want to. It just depends on your how you feel about it, right?
Right. And, some people even out in the middle of the country, it's like, just want that shade on that bathroom window.
Yeah.
And the lady I was talking to yesterday in McCook, she was funny. She's got frosted windows in both of her bathroom. And I mean, you cannot see through them. You can see shadows probably at night. You'd see shadows, but just the way the window's located, you're not going to see much of a shadow. And her kids, every time they come home, they're like, Mom, you need a shade on this window. She's like, why? I paid for the frost on the windows, so we don't have to have a shade on the window. Yeah, no, it's just weird. You need a shade on the window.
But the good news is however people are comfortable, you can make them comfortable, help them be comfortable.
Yeah, I can try to get it done, and even really big, tall windows. the monument company there is all windows. I was trying to figure out what kind of building it was maybe before it was a monument company. I don't know if it was built for that purpose, but my gut tells me it was like a drive-in kind of a building, because it's all glass. And, it's just, I bet that east sun just kicks them.
Yeah.
It's really right up there, and they're right in town, so it's, we'll work on those, figure out what to put up there.
Really emphasizes the energy savings on when you have a lot of big windows like that. That makes a huge difference. They're
old.
Yeah.
They're, you can tell they've been there for a while, and they're doing everything they can to block the sun, and some of the drapery is a little suspect.
Well,
it's bless their heart. I think whoever made them really did a good job, but it's like, okay, they've had their time in the sun. Let's put it that way.
Well, you said there's a big comeback for heavy
draperies. That's my biggest thing for going to Texas next week. I just need to find a good supplier and workroom that can make affordable draperies again, because fabric prices are crazy, and then you throw labor into it, and it's expensive. But that being said, it's worth getting quoted. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm not telling people don't do it. I'm just saying, be ready. It's not not like your grandparents' homes where you went in and saw the whole wall of draperies. It's a little different, but we're doing more ripple fold, which is it actually takes less fabric, but when it stacks up, it's just that perfect undulating curve, more like you see in, like, think of hospital cubicle kind of things where it's a perfect serpentine that kind of shifts back and forth. So, so we're seeing more of that because it takes less of fabric, and when you look at it, it's really just one big flat piece. And then the hardware does all the work. So,
and you'd want to, I would think, if you're going to invest in that heavy drapery, find a material and a color that you know is going to last, right?
We are not seeing a lot of the big florals that we used to see. When you walked in somebody's house and the whole wall was this big, floral thing. No, it's more very tweed. Y'all were talking tweed.
Yeah, don't rub against it, Brent.
No,
okay.
Very tweedy texture is a big thing, and I'm tactile, so I like to go up and touch stuff. It's like, ooh, look, I like the walls. But, that kind of thing. So,
Okay. One other question. You were talking about doing a business. Talk a little bit about what you can do now to put logos and so forth on the shading itself.
Yep, got a company that will do screen printing right on the solar shade material. And they can do logos, they can do wording, they can, it took a while to get it perfected. So there were some cases in the past where it was like, I can't do that. Or you had somebody and then they're like, no, we're not doing that anymore. But the company in Indiana that I work with, Lafayette, they just announced that they now have the printing capabilities on the screen material to pretty much print anything you got. If you got a JPEG and there's all these requirements that they need to get it so they can size it accordingly.
File up some
So you're telling me there is a possibility
it is.
for, say, your neighbor to have his face on a shade that when he pulls it down, the neighbor across the street would have to see his face every day.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you could. Or it could be your favorite team's logo. It could be...
I love that idea.
Yeah. See? It could be any of those things. You could, I'm just saying.
Yeah. It'd be the grandkids. I'm not sure that'd be a good idea to have the grandkids. But,
yeah, maybe not.
Yeah,
I'm just
maybe
thinking of waking up, looking across the street, and seeing Dave's face on his shade when I come to work every morning.
With a, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Well, if you do that on your side of the block, Brenda, that would just make my heart warm.
Would it?
To look over there and see you there like
Gee,
that.
Dave, thanks.
Because I know what I was looking forward to working with you later that day. Man.
Cool.
I got to tell you, this being good thing is it's weird. Thanks for coming in. I know that your phone is huge to you and to your customers.
It's kind of the lifeline. It's what I've got because I'm, because of working 2 jobs basically, which is great. It's really good for me. So I'm not in the shop as those perfect days that I used to be, and even then they were suspect sometimes. But now it's the phone, text, emails, and that's 308-870-3677, and that's the best way.
Okay.
Give me a text.
Real quick, I think maybe you wanted to mention something about Rotary.
Yeah, Rotary's today, 12 o'clock at the Melham Medical Center in the conference room right next to the cafeteria. $5 lunch, which is pretty cool. And Andrew White is our speaker today. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from her and get
She's an expert in her field, which is helping families and children. And so that'll be
I think it'll be a good presentation, so I'm really looking forward to it. So get up, go to Burwell, and get back here by noon. That's my plan.
All right. Thanks, Trish.
Thanks.
Designs of Distinction, downtown Broken Bow. But again, best way, make a phone call and see if you can catch up, find out where Trish is working, and set up an appointment to have an estimate done, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. A chandelier swinging back and forth in Taiwan, which has been rocked by a 7.4 earthquake, the strongest there in 25 years. At least 9 people killed. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield-Hayes.
Deaths and injuries appear to have come from landslides which have been unleashed right along the east coast of Taiwan.
Israeli officials still explaining an airstrike that killed 7 aid workers delivering food in Gaza. CBS's Holly Williams in Tel Aviv.
The chief of staff of Israel's military has called the incident a grave mistake, saying, quote, "It was a mistake that followed a misidentification at night during a war in very complex conditions."
At least 10 hurt in reported tornadoes that tore through states from Texas to Ohio. This man's roof was blown off in Sunbright, Tennessee.
The sky got dark, the wind picked up, and the next thing I know, it just tore it off, and then it was gone.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, the Henderson man accused of sexually assaulting 2 children last year has taken a plea deal, avoiding a trial and the potential of decades spent behind bars. A plea hearing was held for 33-year-old Cody Jansa on Tuesday. He was charged with 8 counts ranging between first-degree sexual assault of a child, sex trafficking of a minor, and strangulation. Jansa initially pled not guilty to the charges on September 25th of 2023, but on Tuesday, Jansa entered a plea of no contest to 2 counts of intentional child abuse without injury. He was found guilty on the charges, and the York County Judge James Strecker dismissed the other 6 counts with prejudice. Prosecutors alleged that Jansa sexually abused 2 girls under the age of 15 at his Henderson home. The assaults took place between 2020 and 2023 on multiple occasions, according to the 4-page arrest affidavit. The girls were also to provide him with lewd photographs in exchange for money, according to the arrest affidavit. In January, Jansa was charged with 18 counts of possession of child pornography with a prior conviction in a separate case, but the York County attorney filed a motion to have the case dismissed on Tuesday as part of the plea deal. Each count in that case is a Class IC felony, which carries a 5-year minimum and 50-year maximum. A pre-sentence report has been ordered, and Jance's sentencing is scheduled for May 28th. He faces a maximum of 6 years in prison on the counts. That's Nebraska News.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Highs level off around 54. Today, under sunny skies, northerly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies, tonight 25. Highs around 61 tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 66. Friday, under partly cloudy skies. 64. Saturday, storms likely. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
807, 30 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds are out of the northwest. Right now might be the best part of the day. The winds are calmer than they have been overnight and early this morning. We do expect those, again, to be a factor today, as you heard. Barometric pressure is at 30.03 and rising. Humidity at 83%. High yesterday was 55, an overnight low of 28, but shortly after 7 o'clock this morning, no, actually, make that an overnight low of 27. It was 27 at 7 o'clock this morning and then dropped on down to 26 shortly thereafter, but we're up to 30 degrees right now. That's a look at weather and news on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Well, we've been following the Dairy Queen brackets. What's happening today?
The Summer Blizzard Challenge is continuing at Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it's kind of a spin off the March Madness basketball tournament, as they have created a bracket of blizzards to find out what the most popular flavor is here in the area. And we are kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty. Now, yesterday, the matchup was the Oreo Blizzard against the Brownie Batter Blizzard. Your winner, advancing into the Final Four of the bracket, Oreo. So here's one of your Final Four matchups, and this will be taking place on April the 5th. Peanut Butter Cup against Oreo.
Oh.
That's a toss-up.
That should be.
Now, I know which one I would choose. I'm a Peanut Butter Cup guy. But anyway, that is one of your matchups in the Final Four. So now we got to find out what's happening on the other side of the bracket. And today, on April the 3rd, this will be your matchup. It's the Picnic Peach Cobbler Blizzard taking on the Turtle Blizzard. So today, your chance to vote for either the Picnic Peach Cobbler or the Turtle Blizzard. There's 2 different ways you can vote. You can go to their Facebook page and vote that way, or you can go to Dairy Queen in Broken Bow today and purchase either the Picnic Peach Cobbler or the Turtle Blizzard. And when you purchase one, 2 points go to that blizzard to help move them out in the bracket. So there you go. Your matchup today, Picnic Peach Cobbler against Turtle. And then tomorrow, the matchup will be Cookie Dough against M&M. The winners of those 2 matchups will meet each other on the other side of the bracket in the Final Four. So there you go. That's what's happening with the Summer Blizzard Challenge at Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. Don't forget, coming up on Monday, April the 8th, Dairy Queen will be doing a free mini blizzard giveaway from 2 to 4 on April 8th, which will feature the winning flavor.
Okay, thank you, Brent. It's Find a Rainbow Day, so we're going to play a couple of rainbow songs for you. We'll call one out up into the Sandhills for Gavin Higgins and
Oh, is it the Casey Musgrave song?
Not this time.
Oh.
But we'll play it later.
Well, I was going to say, when Gavin worked here, he just, there would be times he would walk into the studio and drag that song in just so he could hear it.
We'll play it for you, Gavin, a little bit later on.
All right.
This is from Robert Plant. It's called Rainbow. Show. Well, if there's a rainbow, that most likely means that there was some moisture in the air, and maybe after a rain or during a rain you see a rainbow. And that's always a good sight, because that means things are going to grow. And we have a guy here that's kind of like a rainbow.
Yeah.
Ryan Henderson from the Garden Center. You don't look like a rainbow, but you can provide what a rainbow can, and that's beautiful plants and trees and grass and all the things that we like to enjoy, Ryan. It's got to be kind of a satisfying job you have there.
Oh, it definitely is enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, it's still amazing to me, and I don't know if it's this way for everyone. I got a feeling you feel this way, but it's still amazing to me. You put a seed in the ground, plant comes up, and then in the summer, from that seed, you're having a BLT. I mean, the food that a garden can provide is amazing.
It is something.
Yeah.
We're planting. Last week we were planting up some perennial stuff, and you think about that while you're sticking a cut root in the ground, and something beautiful comes out of it, or grows, and it's kind of crazy how, I mean, you can take a seed and it just by itself, it's sitting there, and you put it in dirt and something comes of it.
It's pretty crazy when you think about it, and what Mother Nature has taught us on how to. I mean, Mother Nature will plant things on its own, and it amazes me, what birds do. They carry seeds, and next thing you know, you got something growing in the backyard. You don't know how it got there.
Yep.
I mean, it's all really fascinating, and managing it to where we can utilize it for our lawns and our trees and our gardens. I think gardens have become more and more popular for lots of reasons, but and I'm not trying to pick on the grocery stores, because they have to pay for the fruits and vegetables they get and then put them out and sell them, and what it costs them is they don't have a control over that. But if you have a garden, you can control that a little bit. I mean, it's expensive to buy produce.
Well, it's expensive to buy produce. It's kind of I don't know if you'd call it a labor of love to garden too. It's not easy growing a garden. There's a lot of upkeep, and but there's something to be said probably about growing your own tomato, and I think the taste of stuff you get from the garden's probably a little bit better. You kind of know what you're putting into it.
Yeah, definitely. Dr. Jacobson was in yesterday talking about produce and how it's probably picked not ripe, probably green, and then shipped for thousands of miles before it gets to the U.S., and then it's dispersed around, at least on some of the produce out there, and you don't know exactly what's been done to it on the way and what's been sprayed on it and so forth. You have your own garden, it's fresh, it's not processed, it's right there for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm probably getting a little ahead here, because gardening is a little ways away, although probably some underground crops are, if not in the ground, will be shortly.
Yep. So, people have been planting potatoes, onions. We got those in and available. So, heard some carrots maybe going in, that sort of thing. I'm sure it's probably time for radishes. We have the seed tapes in those, which is really handy. So, just kind of getting in the swing of things. Here, I would say today, we'll probably start filling up the greenhouse. So,
good.
Walk in and see some color. I was in a greenhouse yesterday, and it's I don't know, it's that time again. So
get that smell and that color. Pretty exciting. Along about May and through there, we have Mother's Day, along with all the planting that's going on, and it's all coming up.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
Sure.
It's gonna be fun. So I kind of led you astray there, maybe, as to what we were going to talk about here. What you have on your mind today?
Well, with plants coming in and whatnot, so we'll start filling up the greenhouse this week. A lot of stuff. Well, we'll have vegetables and stuff in like that.
Okay.
Some people like to get those early. Flowers and that sort of thing. If you have containers that you want us to plant up, you can start bringing those in. We do quite a bit of that. So people, maybe a graduation coming up that they want flowers for. So we get those potted up and keep them in the greenhouse for them and get a good start on them so they're pretty for that. And then, of course, our hours, we starting to run 7 days a week now. So start the grind till the end of June. So, but yeah, Sundays we're looking at being open probably around 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So
starting this week.
Yep. And then we'll extend our hours on Saturday a little bit. So probably 10 to 5 or so.
That is so convenient for your customers and for folks out there. Anybody that's worked in the yard or worked on projects on the weekend and you go, oh man, I forgot to get this. And this way, they can come and get it.
Yep. So yeah, we like to be available. We were there working on Sunday and the phone rang and, they asked if you're open, and if we're there, we're open. So never turn anybody away.
Right,
so.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Along, you mentioned the graduation. Most people out there who've went through that process with their kids and graduating, and if they happen to have the reception at the house, all of a sudden you're painting and you're cleaning and you're putting in new cupboards and you're looking out in the yard and you go, man, we need to do some landscaping, put in some trees. Maybe that flower bed needs work. That's a real motivator.
Yeah.
But just pretend you're having a graduation to walk out and look at your yard, and there's going to be something you want to fix, right?
Yeah. So, and that graduation's a little early, being the 4th or so in May, and it's probably, I know people have been out on nice days cleaning up their perennial beds and stuff, so it's probably a little early to plant anything in there, but you can definitely get some ideas on what you're doing. We'll have the bulk of our trees and shrubs and stuff coming in later in April, so probably around the week of the 22nd or so. But yeah, it's some of the stuff you're going to find in a greenhouse or that time of year is going to be leafed out, and if you look at your landscape, things aren't leafed out, and so you kind of know that it's been grown in a warmer climate. But we try to bring stuff in, and have it timed right to where it's okay to plant it outside. So and if it's not, we'll tell you that too. So.
And you can go ahead and put some new rock in or mulch and that sort of thing and get ahead on that.
Always freshen that up. We got the weed stopper. That'd be a good time to get that put down. We also have, of course, pre-emergent and fertilizer for the lawn and whatnot too. So, our lawn fertilizer has one of the best pre-emergent and longest lasting pre-emergents on the market, so good product there. So
all right, the patio, well, like the wind's blowing lately and it's going to blow the next several days at the very least, probably most of April. That's kind of the way that goes. And you might look outside and you might see the trash can rolling down the alley. I know I went and picked up ours yesterday. And then you also look over and there's some of your patio furniture out in your yard or maybe over in the neighbors. And it doesn't look so good. And you're going to have company in sometime this summer, whether it be graduation or just having folks over to enjoy an evening. And I would highly recommend folks come and take a look at your furniture because it's not going to blow away.
Yep.
It's going to be really beautiful, whatever color you want. And you, I know you have some on hand and some other ways they can look at it, right?
Yeah. So we do have quite a bit of stock in stock right now. We got, a lot of the popular colors or the neutral colors. Got a lot of table and chair sets in. we don't have enough room to have even everything we have in stock out. But come out. I mean, the main thing is come out and sit in it and try it, get a look and feel of it, and if we need to order it, we can do that. There's a lot of different colors and varieties out there, or different options, and that's why we do so much to order, is because this stuff is built to last a lifetime, and it's not something you're going to be changing out next year or the year after, and so you kind of want to get what you want. But it's super comfortable. It has a curved seat in it, and yeah, it's where our deck or patio, I guess, at home, we leave for the day, and no matter how hard the wind blows, our stuff's sitting there when we get home.
Still there.
So,
yeah. And if you like, I think your suggestion is really good. Come in and feel it and touch it and sit in it, and then you understand the difference between other furniture that you can buy for less money that will end up down at the neighbor's place.
Yeah.
And it won't, you'll be replacing it in a few years, if less than that. So it's really nice stuff, folks. You got to go see it. And you got the tall tabletops and the lower ones. A lot of people like to sit around a taller one. Some people like to sit around that maybe with an umbrella off the side or something. And
yep. Yeah. So 3 different sizes of tables as far as height goes: the dining and balcony and pub height. And I haven't got it out yet, but of course we have fire pit tables too, so you can get fire pits in the middle of it. We just got, here in mid-March, we got a rectangle, or they started building a rectangle fire pit, and it's on our trailer. We had it at the Rapid City Show.
Okay.
Haven't got it put out yet, but it's a balcony height. It's a rectangle table. We have 6 chairs for it. It's a pretty nice looking piece of patio furniture. So,
and all of those things you've described would make a great Mother's Day or Father's Day gift.
Yes.
Coming up. Yeah, it's coming up. Don't forget, too, folks, that the Garden Center has live plants for funeral services and so forth. And, there's a lot of different ways to tell somebody that you're thinking about them. But a live plant is really a nice gesture, and it can be used by some other family member and not thrown away. So.
Yep.
So. All right. Any questions over there, neighbor?
I don't think so. I had a couple, but you've asked them already.
Wow.
So well done.
Oh, we're communicating really well.
I tell you, I know. It's amazing.
That's really nice.
We're like on the same page.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's something.
It's amazing what happened after your transformation to a good guy.
Yeah. Well, you wash that devil away, and it's just amazing. It's easy to be nice. So you've expanded your hours. If you're just tuning in, folks, we're talking with Ryan Anderson with the Garden Center, and he's here to announce today that you can shop Saturdays and Sundays now at the Garden Center. They're going to be open 7 days a week starting this week.
Yep. So we'll be running 7 days a week through the end of June. So.
Okay. And the greenhouses are going to start filling up.
Yep. So hopefully today.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's fun just to walk in when you get some things in there, and you smell of things growing in there.
Yeah.
And the dirt, and yeah, it's great. And if you don't know where it's located, if you haven't been there, for heaven's sakes, get there. Block off Highway 2. I guess the easiest way would be turn at now the dollar store out east, and go a block south, and you'll see it, right?
Yep, block south, a couple blocks back to the west. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Back there on the back street.
Always have an active Facebook.
Yep. Try to keep that kind of fresh. So.
Okay. And you mentioned somebody called you on a Sunday. They can call anytime. What's the phone number there?
870 872-6095.
6095.
That rings into the old cell phone, so I pick it up most of the time. So
it'll transfer to you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll take a time out with these words.
The Blizzard Bracket Challenge at Dairy Queen in Broken Bow is underway. For 12 days, one Blizzard squares off against another, and the fans decide who advances. The new summer Blizzard flavors are part of the bracket. Try the all-new peanut butter cookie dough, the ultimate cookie, brownie batter, and the picnic peach cobbler Blizzard, and many more. Pick up your bracket today and get your taste buds ready. On April 5th, the winner is crowned. April 8th from 2 to 4, everyone grabs a free Blizzard of the championship flavor. Stop by and grab your bracket while they last. Happy tastes good. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency takes pride in offering the best rate and coverage, perfectly catered to your needs. They're excited to announce that their location in Broken Bow has moved. You can now find them on the east side of the square inside the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce building. We all have our busy seasons, and when we aren't busy, insurance is a great thing to review before you're busy yet again. Talk to Chip in Callaway or Allison in Broken Bow to review your farm and commercial plans. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency in Callaway and Broken Bow.
Rise and shine.
All right. The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Tired of unexpected car troubles putting a misfire in your day? Introducing C&M Auto in Anselmo. For routine maintenance to major repairs of gas and diesel cars or light and heavy-duty trucks, go with C&M Auto. They boast the latest diagnostics to diagnose and fix your vehicle's issues with quick response and a very competitive labor rate. Plus emergency 24-hour service rates outside their 9 to 5 Monday through Friday hours. Call 308-749-2277 for C&M Auto, located south of Chandler's Honey off Highway 2 in Anselmo. C&M Auto.
We're your pharmacy store with so much more. Barney Health Mart, where people come first with a hometown touch and your best interest in mind. Barney Health Mart. We're your pharmacy store and we're here for you with friendly service time after time, caring for you and about you. Barney Health Mart.
Quality custom embroidery is available right here in central Nebraska from locally owned Nebraska Pasture Door. Whether you're wanting to support your favorite team or athlete or promote your business with new apparel, stop in and talk with Cynthia on the west side of the square in Broken Bow. Whether you have an idea you want to see come to life or you need help imagining a design, Cynthia can help. If you have a favorite brand you love, there's a good chance she can order it and then embroider it. Nebraska Pasture Door, embroidery and custom apparel, located in Broken Bow on the square.
8:32. This is Wednesday already of the first portion of April. And I'm going to turn the show over to Brent Apperson because I think he and our next guest enjoy visiting with one another.
Maybe a little.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Katrina Sharon is here with Custer Federal State Bank. Where do you want to start? Let's talk about family a little bit, shall we? Maybe extended family. You have any stories
I don't
about
know if I should go there.
Maybe aunts or anything that you want to share?
Probably shouldn't go there.
Okay. Rats.
She did have an Easter egg dying not contest, but at her house. So she's been really nice.
Yeah, she was sharing with me a little bit about that and how she likes to do that. If you don't know, Christy, who works for us, is Katrina's aunt. So that's who we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We like to give Christy a hard time.
Yes, she enjoys it.
I think so.
She does.
She can give it back.
Is she looking at us?
She's out there.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's talk about bank business, huh?
Okay.
I know that Custer Federal State Bank, you are heavily involved in the home lending.
Yep.
And it has seen certainly some changes in the past 5-6 years or whatever.
Some highs and lows.
Yes, some highs and lows would be a good way to describe it. What about this very moment? What are things looking like from a home lending standpoint?
Interest rates have gotten better. I mean, they're not in the 2.5s by no means, like they were, but there for a while we've seen some higher interest rates. They are starting to settle down a little bit. You don't know what the Fed's going to do. It's really based off that. So purchasing, a lot of people have been starting to purchase homes. The refinancing, no one wants to refinance their 2.5%. So we offer HELOCs and those types of things, so you didn't have to do that if that was something that you want to do, or a home improvement project that you would like to do. That's all an offer too. So
yeah. I'm glad you brought up the HELOC, because that was actually going to be one of my questions.
Yeah.
If you have equity in your home,
yep,
and you're thinking about a home improvement project, or something has come up and you're needing some money, if you have equity in the home,
yep,
a HELOC can really do a lot of good, can it?
Yeah, it can. It's it's a good thing for somebody that's wanting to redo a bathroom or a basement, and they have the equity in their home. They can just do that instead of having to, like I said, refinance their low interest rate.
Yeah.
And add money.
I know if people are shopping for a home, sometimes it's like, okay, what can I afford? And I'm guessing that you have plenty of those conversations on the front end as far as, how much can I get loaned? And certainly terms of the loan are always important, too, when it comes to paying it off and things like that. I'm sure you have a lot of those discussions on the front end.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to meet with somebody and do like a pre-approval to see where they sit with their home loans and the amounts that they could do. It's not very hard. And what you can afford, doesn't mean you have to do that.
Sure.
Obviously, there's a lot of people that can afford higher priced houses but don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely an option that they can call me and ask, and we can go from there on that.
The types of loans that you do as far as home lending, building loan, if somebody wants to start from scratch, you deal construction loans, you deal with those, right?
Yep. More and more people are starting to do those again. Those kind of had went a little bit on the low
with the
side.
lumber prices at one time, yeah.
So they didn't do those for a while, and now they are starting to do more of those. We offer the NIFA loans where they're the first-time home buyers at a lower interest rate for the fixed 30 years. They also are offering grant funds, and those just came out in the last, month, to people that need help with down payment assistance and fees. So that's also an offer. You have to qualify in the income base, but they also increase their income. So, it's a lot better than it was at that time. So
I'm glad you brought that up, because, boy, you're just answering all my questions before I even ask them. Because obviously for a lot of people, that down payment, that is one of the biggest hurdles sometimes to overcome. And if there's assistance for that, that's great to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just think that you're supposed to have the 20% down because they're for a long time. That's what it was. There are way more options now that 20% is not something that you have to have. You just would have to pay what's called private mortgage insurance on it until it got to that 20%. But that's, some people only have 5 and some people have 10. And then, like I said, the first-time home buyers does offer the grant funds. Those are first come, first serve, and they can run out at any time. I looked yesterday, and there was still quite a bit left, but you just never know.
And then, of course, when you buy a home, sometimes we forget there are more expenses with a home than just purchasing, the home, just the purchase price.
Yep.
You've got to insure the home.
Yep.
You have to pay property tax on the home.
Lovely taxes.
Yes. And but those are things that can be worked into the loan.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep. You can escrow them.
Yeah.
And that's, most people do anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. They just work it into the loan. And the fees, like I said, come off the top when you're buying the home. And that's what those grant funds can help you with, and the down payment assistance, essentially.
Yeah. Can I just ask, how in the world do you keep track of all of this? Does it kind of make your head spin a little bit sometimes, especially with the way things can change on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Even?
We're getting into the busy season of home lending, essentially, and There are days that I'm probably not the best of moods, maybe, but it's fine. No, actually, it's not been too bad. I do really like to be busy, and I like, helping somebody find their home that they love. And obviously, with my mom being a real estate agent, I've watched it for many years, and it's just something I enjoy, I guess.
I was going to say, there is a reward, I know,
there is.
To what you do when you help that young couple find their first home, and the joy in their eye. Oh, wow, we've got a home.
Yep.
And I'm sure, and other further along in life, maybe, financially weren't able to purchase a home. Now they're at an age where they can.
Yep.
I'm sure those are rewarding times.
They
to
are.
Watch that.
They really are. I never really thought of it like that when I was younger, and now that I've gotten into it, it's definitely something that you really enjoy and like to watch. I always say that I want to see the house, because you don't really ever get to see the house because you have an appraisal. So, but yeah, it is fun, and it's fun to see the young couples with kids and doing all that, and for what they were paying in rent or whatever, and they can own it themselves. I think that they really enjoy that.
Yeah. So if you have any questions about home lending, feel free to reach out to Katrina, and I know you'd be happy to visit with people.
I am. A lot of the time people ask what they need, and W-2s and pay stubs are usually, unless you're self-employed, are usually what I can go off of pretty quickly. And that's, that's about it.
Yeah. Anything else that haven't asked you about that you wanted to touch on? I mean,
so.
Other bank business that you want to visit about? What is Mr. Bell still in charge of the music?
He is,
at the
and
bank?
it's joyous. Thursdays are country.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's sale day, in Broken Bow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's been the way it's been since I've been there. So, but yeah, Brad, we actually are doing the March Madness, pool.
Oh, really?
Chris
you have a little bracket going on among
Chris
the employees there?
Done that.
Yeah,
so.
and can I ask who is ahead going into the Final Four?
I think it's Scott.
Oh, boy.
Scott doesn't even watch basketball hardly.
But if I know Scott, and I know Scott a little bit, I'm guessing he's making sure everybody on staff knows that he's in the lead.
I mean, not too bad, actually.
Yeah,
he's been
whatever.
pretty good. But now if it had been Chris, that'd be a different story.
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
is not in the lead.
Yeah.
Chris told me that last year I must have been in last place the whole time. Never went. And I was ahead of him last, I knew, but I think he is now ahead of me.
Yeah.
But
all right.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah. How long have you been?
10 years. Been there
10
over 10
years. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep, it's been good. Good 10 years.
Well, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.
And we appreciate the visit.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do they loan money on he and she sheds?
What? He and she sheds?
Here come the good questions, Katrina.
Yeah,
Here
right.
we go.
I thought we were going off air.
We'll leave it at that. We'll take. Which song was I supposed to play? The
what?
Rainbow song for.
Oh, Gavin Higgins, Casey Musgrave's Rainbow. He loves that song.
All right, this is for Gavin, up in the Sandhills while he's out there calving. This is for you, Gavin. It is 8:48. Good to have you aboard. Thanks to all of our great guests this morning, Custer Federal State Bank, Designs of Distinction, and the Garden Center. We're going to talk a little bit about the movies at the Fox Theater yet this morning. Right now we're going to check out birthdays.
Okay, who is celebrating?
Today, Eddie Murphy is celebrating. And, of course, he was a SNL star and comedian, actor, many movies. He's 63 today. Sebastian Bach, 56 today. He was the lead singer and frontman for the heavy metal band Skid Row.
Oh.
Alec Baldwin, 66, longtime actor, is famous for 30 Rock and a lot of other great movies. Jane Goodall, zoologist, the iconic zoologist renowned for her work with African chimpanzees, was made the Dame of the British Empire in 2004. She's an amazing woman. Adam Scott, 51, actor with the Parks and Recreation show. The Good Place, also stars as Ed McKenzie in Big Little Lies and Mark in Severance. Last but not least, birthday today.
or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
The Secret Garden is open this Friday and Saturday. Right now is the time to get in the spring mood and do your plant shopping. Order off their handy order sheet and then pick up your beautiful plants ready to go in the greenhouse in May. Plus, save 15% off anything with Pink, including plants and new inventory. Saturday only, Impact Closet Boutique will be on site as well. Open Friday 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
8:53. Dave and Brent with you, my good friend Brent, neighbor, co-host, brother and son all in one. Oh, I forgot Wayne Newton's birthday.
Really?
Yep.
All right. Donka Shane.
Yeah. He's 82 today.
Wow, really?
Mr. Las Vegas, still best known for entertaining in Sin City. After a successful career in the 60s and 70s, he kind of planted himself in Vegas and been very successful there. Paris Jackson is 26 today, model and actress. She's the only daughter of the king of pop, Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. Is Wayne Newton still performing in Las Vegas?
I really don't know. I don't know. At 82, he might have retired. I don't know. He was big in the 60s and 70s. Even did some movies. Tried to play a Western character, which it didn't really.
I watched it. This was a while back, but I watched an old episode of Bonanza.
Yeah,
and he was he was on Bonanza as like a young as a boy, I think.
Yeah, guest appearance. He was probably 25 years old. I don't know. He always looked young. Had that kind of that high voice. That very liked entertainer. Today, another $1 billion Powerball jackpot. It's just not getting the excitement it once did. You say $1 billion power jackpot, and people go, yeah, okay, I might get a ticket, I might not. Tonight's Powerball has topped $1 million, the 11th time that has happened. Someone just won the $1.3 billion in the Mega Millions last week. Higher interest rates are why jackpots are suddenly gone bonkers as far as the size go.
Oh,
because they draw interest on the money that's put in. So even if you win, you're going to get half of what the prize is.
I could live on that.
And to keep your winnings invested, you'd have to, if you wanted the full amount, you'd have to wait 30 years. It would take over 30 years. I think most of us would just take the money and run. Most states, Brent, in the United States, make it illegal to look at your phone while you drive. Now, not in Nebraska. We haven't been able to pull that off here in Nebraska. I just have to say, and I want to say this in a good way, because I have been, washed of the devil. Let me put it this way. I don't understand why other states have decided it's dangerous to look at your phone while you're driving. It seems somewhat logical, but I don't understand, but they must know what they're doing. Oh, this is hard. But a new study by an insurance company says distracted driving laws should also include dogs. It's found that nearly half of the dog owners who drive with their pups keep their fur babies unrestrained in the front seat. So think about a 60-pound dog becoming a 2,700-pound projectile in a slow-speed crash. 13% of those drivers admit to cruising with their dogs on their laps. I've seen dogs on people's laps.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you really want to live on the edge, put your puppy on your lap and look at your cell phone and drive at the same time.
Yeah. Try to take a selfie of you and your dog while you're driving. We do not recommend that. Don't do that.
Without getting too deep on this, and you jump in on this, I mean, I'm going to approach this in a good way.
Okay.
But as I said, I don't understand when there's an act being done that could harm someone else, cause harm to someone else, that there isn't a restriction or law on it. Now, I understand if you're a motorcycle enthusiast and you just don't want to wear a helmet, okay, that's going to be on you. It's not going to harm anybody else because you don't wear a helmet, right? If you just really don't like wearing seat belts in your car and you just decide, I'm not going to wear seat belts, which is not a very good decision according to most experts, and the data will back that up, you're not going to hurt probably anybody else if you fly through the windshield and end up out on the road. But when you're looking at your phone while you're driving and cross the center line and hit somebody, I just don't understand why there shouldn't be some regulation that says you shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't disagree with really anything that you've said. I don't think.
Well, it's the way I presented it, Brent. With this new wash from the devil, I can approach these things and not use cynical language.
Yeah.
I think that might be
I think the biggest thing, we just need to be more aware of just paying attention while we're driving, because there are other things within the car other than your cell phone that can take your attention away from driving. and we just got to be better.
Do better at it.
At paying it when you're behind the wheel. And I say we. I'm not saying I'm not excluding myself here. We have to be better at just paying attention to what is happening in front and around us when our hands are on the wheel.
Yeah, I agree. And, just to show you how you get stuck in a rut, most all the newer cars, you can turn your radio up and down volume-wise on your steering wheel, right? I'm old school, so when I want to turn the radio up and down, I reach over and turn the knob.
Now here's the thing. Exactly. And I've got a couple of vehicles that are like that.
Yeah.
Brent's better off doing it the old way because I'm looking down at the steering wheel trying to figure out where should my thumb go to bring the volume up when, quite frankly, I'm better off to do it the old way because that distracts me less. Isn't that terrible?
I'm right with you.
But that's me.
But and I'm going to admit that as you get older, I don't remember when I was younger if I looked at the radio I could drop something on the floor and keep looking at the road and reach down and pick it up. It doesn't work very well anymore. And adjusting the heater temperature and looking down at it very long. And I look up and my right wheel's headed towards the white line on the outside of the road. And just because I don't have that eye-to-eye hand coordination anymore. It's just not working for me. I'm like you with the steering wheel. Yeah, I could turn it up real easy if I could find the little button there behind there. I'm with you. We'll take a quick time out. We'll come back with some news.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing the list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Burning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at burningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get you started. Burning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. At least 9 people killed. Dozens of miners are trapped after Taiwan's strongest earthquake in a quarter century. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield-Hayes is in Taipei.
I live on the 8th floor, and the whole building really started to shake very, very violently, very wildly, and it was moving side to side in very violent manner.
Egyptian state media say the bodies of 6 foreign aid workers killed in an Israeli airstrike have been transported out of Gaza. A 7th was buried there yesterday. Israeli military chief Herzi Halevi.
We will continue taking immediate actions to ensure that more is done to protect humanitarian aid workers.
Missy Testerman, 2nd grade teacher from Tennessee, is National Teacher of the Year. She tells CBS.
There are 3.5 million teachers in this country, so to be named as the teacher who gets to advocate for our teachers and our students is just an incredible honor.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, the 76ers beat the Thunder 109-105. Philadelphia welcomed back former MVP Joel Embiid after he missed 2 months following knee surgery. He played 29 minutes, had 24 points and 6 rebounds in the win. Nuggets knock off the Spurs 110-105. Nikola Jokic 42 points, 16 rebounds for Denver as the Nuggets reclaim the top spot in the Western Conference. They're a half game up on Oklahoma City and Minnesota. The Timberwolves do keep pace with a 113-106 win over the Rockets. Heat knock off the Knicks 109-99. Kings beat the Clippers 109-95. Bucks lose to the Wizards 117-113 despite star Giannis Antetokounmpo getting a triple-double. And the Mavericks fall to the Warriors 105-100 despite their star Luka Doncic having a triple-double. In baseball, Bryce Harper hit 3 home runs, drove in 6. Phillies beat the Reds 9-4. Brewers are 4-0 after topping the Twins 3-2. Diamondbacks hand the Yankees their first loss of the season 7-0.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Highs level off around 54. Today, under sunny skies, northerly winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Clear skies, tonight 25. Highs around 61 tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 66. Friday, under partly cloudy skies. 64. Saturday, storms likely. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Nebraska State Bank believes in our strong rural communities. We believe in our local ag producers and their capacity for innovation and growth. At Nebraska State Bank, we work hard to support our customers' growth, and that means growing ourselves as well. We offer a variety of banking products to make banking easier, especially during busy times, such as making payments online, signing loan documents digitally, or mobile depositing a check. These are just a few ways we can help simplify your life. Visit nesb.bank or call any of our branches to learn more about how we can make banking easier for you. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
9:04. It's 34 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds are out of the northwest today and have actually backed down a little bit from what they were earlier, but we do expect those winds to be a factor today. Please join us to support the Donnie Meyer benefit coming up in Arnold on Saturday from 5 until 7 p.m. at the American Legion Hall in Arnold. I've been talking about it here the last few days. A meal will be provided by the Exchange. There'll be a silent auction and bake sale. Donnie's been fighting lung cancer. And there's some folks, I think Becky was featured on local news yesterday, Becky Daly, about putting together this benefit. So if you have time and can attend, they would appreciate that. You could probably also contact the local bank in Arnold and see how you can make a donation if you can't get there, or contact Becky at the insurance shop. And while you're in town, have yourself a cup.
Yeah, while you're in Arnold, make sure you check out Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. They're right there in Arnold, Nebraska. Open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5. Open on Saturday from 9 until 3. A historic destination barista bar and gift shop. Enjoy a delicious drink while you're there, a delicious treat that they make daily, and make sure you check out their gift selection as well, featuring some beautiful collection of Consuela handbags right now. Some spring items are in, cherry florals and yard decor. And then, as we mentioned, their delicious baked goods and their delicious drinks that you can enjoy right there at Brubaker's in Arnold. Make sure you follow them on Facebook to keep up on all the latest happenings at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, where coffee with a friend is always a good idea. Again, they're open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5. Open on Saturday from 9 to 3.
Thank you, Brent. Just in on our Facebook chat box, Victory Underground says good morning from the band.
Yeah, morning, fellas.
I got a feeling we're going to see and hear them again. They must have had a good time up here.
Yeah, boy, we had a great time having them in the studio and talking to those guys. It was great.
Also a note from Sally Bell. Yay, Garden Center. Sally's an employee there. Sally, I hope you're doing well. I think they were down south for a while, and I imagine Sally's heading home if she isn't there already, so thanks for that nice comment. Boy, I don't know. I'm a little worried again. I'm going to try to do this in a nice way. I don't want to offend anybody.
No, we wouldn't want that.
But I'm a little worried about Lola and Connie at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique.
Oh, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's for Wednesday, Dave?
Well, you know, they did this before, and now they're continuing it, and it's just like almost a giveaway. Lola and Connie at Chapin's Furniture are over winter weather. They're just tired of it, and we've had some again recently, and this time of year you can get nice days, you can get snow, but they are just ready for spring weather and things to brighten up, and they have things to brighten up your home. They're giving you 25% off the spring Easter home decor, and you can stop in and let them show you all their fun decorating ideas for this spring on the south side of the square in Broken Bow. So 25% off on something that you're probably thinking about right now. And then, of course, we're thinking about proms, weddings, all those things that come in spring and summer. And they rent tuxedos for weddings and proms. And Lola gives $10 back to the schools for each tuxedo rented for a prom. And Chapin's have given close to $1,000 to area schools over the years. So check out the new styles and colors available this year. I think you would look good in a gray. And if you want to skip the rental and just buy a suit, Lola is willing to talk to you about that as well.
All right.
Chapin's Furniture, Square One Boutique, right now 25% off the home decor for spring.
All right. Quality Senior Villages. You'll find them here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, a wonderful care facility that specializes in assisted living care for those battling through Alzheimer's and dementia. Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow believes that an active life is a nurturing experience, and that's what they try to provide at their facility. Activities can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth and well-being, so they provide daily stimulating and physical activities which include movies, music, crafts, games, exercising, gardening, cooking, and outings in their new outdoor area. To find out more about their facility and the services that they offer, you can contact Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow at 872-6387. That's 872-6387.
9:10 is your time. All right, we're celebrating rainbows today. So here's one for you from Clint Black.
on through the weekend and into next week as well. So check it out. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire showing now at the Fox Theater. Also, two of the biggest stars in the movie business have come together. Godzilla and Kong. Yes, indeed, they're together, folks. It's time to unite. It's time to keep the world from being destroyed by other monsters. Godzilla and Kong, the new empire, showing now at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. So check it out if you haven't already. It'll continue to show for the rest of this week. And it, too, like Ghostbusters, will continue through the weekend into next week. Now, one of the movies that will be ending its run this week, I think showing yet tonight and tomorrow, is Kung Fu Panda 4. Great family animated film. So if you want to take the kids out, watch it if you haven't seen it yet, or maybe you want to take them to see it one more time before it leaves. A couple of more opportunities, do that this week. Kung Fu Panda 4, I think it ends its run on Thursday at the Fox Theater. So that means there will be a new movie coming up beginning on Friday, and it is Cabrini. That'll be the new film that will start showing in the main theater on Friday night, continue through the weekend into next week. It's rated PG-13. So when we think about Friday on, here's the movies that'll be showing through the weekend and into next week at the Fox Theater. You got Cabrini coming to the theater on Friday. Godzilla and Kong will continue, as will Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Don't forget, you can get your tickets in advance by purchasing them online. Go to their great website, watchthefox.com. And don't forget, Nebraska State Bank continues to do the free popcorn night every Tuesday at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow.
This just in, breaking news. Taylor Swift and Magic Johnson have been named to the Forbes Billionaires list.
Wow.
Forbes put this annual list out, and joining the usual list of filthy rich people are NBA legend Magic Johnson, a shoe designer, and who else? Taylor Swift. Her estimated net worth is now at $1.1 billion. Taylor and Magic join about 2,780 other billionaires who Forbes figures collectively control about $14.2 trillion in wealth.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you're already a billionaire, do you think they'll buy a Powerball ticket?
Well, they're capitalists. They might. They just might give it a try. I don't know that you ever can have too much money when you're rich. I got a feeling some of those people are doing, in my mind, some good things with their money as well.
Yes, yeah. Many of them do.
I hope so. I really do. We have a little problem with some prisoners, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but New York inmates are suing to watch the solar eclipse.
Okay.
Yep. Some inmates in the New York State pen says they really want to watch next week's total eclipse, and they're taking the prison system to court over it. The jails have been ordered to lock down on Monday, just in case anything wild goes down during that blackout period. So prisoners are suing the State's Department of Corrections, arguing the eclipse is a spiritual event, and keeping them cooped up inside violates their right to practice their faiths.
Okay.
One that I think you probably already followed, and it's kind of disturbing. It's been in the news a while now, but the body cam video release from a racial incident with women's basketball. Did you hear about that one?
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, new body cam footage has been released from the incident involving the University of Utah women's basketball team. This was in the news a while back, and evidently they now have some new video.
Oh.
They were staying in Idaho for the NCAA tournament and said that multiple vehicles full of people were yelling racial slurs at them after they left a restaurant, and even followed them back to their hotel. It was so bad that the team had to switch hotels. That is sad.
Yes.
Shame on you, Idaho. Chasing rainbows today on The Breakfast Show. breakfast show. Prescribed burn schedule for April in Bessie Ranger had been posted today. If you go up that way, this is just in, they are going to be doing some burning on the Bessie Range District of the Nebraska National Forest, and they are going to be doing that today. They're actually set up to do it when the weather is permittable through May 8th. As weather conditions allow, and if you go up that way today, there'll be some burning going on, so don't panic. They have about 5,000 acres of native grassland on the Bessie Ranger District to have prescribed burns on, and today they've decided to do some burning up there. So you can check out their Facebook page for updates through the Bessie Ranger National Forest. But if you see smoke from the burns, that may be visible as far as from Dunning, Stapleton, Purdom, Thedford, and as you go down Highway 2 and Highway 83. So don't worry today. If you have questions, you can also call 308-533-2257.
All right.
What's going on here in town at the coffee shop, Brent?
Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts. Of course, each month they kind of put together some special drinks for the month. So here we are. The calendar just turned to April. So here are your special drinks for the month of April that you'll find at Prairie Grounds in Broken Bow. Their featured drinks for the month will include the Bumblebee, a mixture of honey and lavender, the Bearded Lady, a mixture of toffee nut, raspberry, and caramel, the Butterfinger, mixture of butterscotch, mocha, and hazelnut, cinnamon roll, sounds good, cinnamon and brown sugar, German chocolate cake, a mixture of mocha, caramel, and coconut. Those are your special drinks for the month of April at Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow. Don't forget their drinks can be ordered iced, blended, or hot. And don't forget, you can also grab a delicious pastry or one of Sarah's sweets. Prairie Grounds, just east of the courthouse on Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Nebraska. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., closed on Sunday and Monday.
Buyers and sellers of heavy equipment across the country are turning to Purple Wave Auction. Our full-service auction professionals handle every part of each transaction, so sellers can get back to running their businesses and bidders can trust us to make the buying process safe and simple. Our transparent marketplace is free of reserves, minimum bids, and hidden fees. If you're upgrading or downsizing or just want to update your inventory of farm, construction, or fleet equipment, then don't wait. Visit purplewave.com today. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Who sells your soybeans overseas, increasing sales to Egypt, India, and many other emerging markets? Who has made you the #1 protein source in chicken feed? Who has made the next big breakthrough to boost your soybean yield? The answer to all of these questions is you. That's right, you do, through Your Soy Checkoff. By pooling your resources through Your Soy Checkoff, you are promoting your soybeans to new markets. You are discovering new practices and seed varieties to overcome your biggest challenges in the field. You have even turned $2 million of infrastructure research into $460 million per year in extra income for all soybean farmers. There is power in numbers, and you and your fellow soybean farmers are proving it by bringing tangible returns back to you and your operations through Your Soy Checkoff. You can see all the ways Your Soy Checkoff is moving soy forward for you at unitedsoybean.org. That's unitedsoybean.org. It's all about you doing things together as Your Soy Checkoff.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right?
Yes, it is. It's the middle of the week.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Happy birthday, Wayne Newton. He would continue his ongoing residency at the Flamingo Hotel through this summer. The 62 dates spanned from January to June 12th of 2024. Tickets start at $82.
Yeah, that's not too bad these days, really.
No, not really.
The Tropicana Casino in Vegas, by the way, just closed for good. Soon the smell of stale tears and cigarettes will just be a depressing memory now that the iconic and kind of gross Tropicana Resort in Vegas is shut down for good. 2 days shy of its 67th anniversary, they started tearing it down to make way for the new baseball stadium for the Oakland A's, who are going to move there.
Vegas has really turned into the sports city now.
Rodeo, football, soon
now
to be baseball, stock car racing. Yeah, they've got it all there in Vegas. Just don't bring any stories home. What happens in Vegas stays
in Vegas. You got it.
I was wondering, real quick, you mentioned the bearded lady as a drink at Prayer Grounds, right?
Yes.
I wonder if that happened when we actually had a bearded lady from the Rainbow.
Huh?
Well, it says here that Europeans believe that anyone who passed under a rainbow would emerge from the other side as the opposite gender. And I'm thinking maybe that person only got part way under. What do you think?
I don't have a comment.
Well, it's possible. I mean,
you never know.
Yeah, maybe they tripped and fell and the rainbow went away and they had a beard. I don't know. It's so confusing these days. All right. We got baseball coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to start Sunday baseball with the Huskers. Nebraska fell short against Creighton last night, I think.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Creighton won, I believe, 5-3. Still a great season, though. A great start to the year for Nebraska. They'll take on Ohio State for a 3-game series this weekend, and we'll plan to broadcast the Sunday game from Lincoln at Haymarket Park. They moved the start time up on this, so I think first pitch now set for 12:05, so our coverage will start on the Huskers radio network at 11:30 Sunday morning. So we'll cut the second hour of Classic Rock Live a little bit short for you and then bring you Husker baseball Sunday on KBBN 95.3 FM. We'll kind of make that a weekly thing now through the rest of the regular season.
All right, Brent, thanks so much. It has been a pure joy working with you today.
The joy has been mine, Dave.
I feel... Let me just do that. How did we like that? That'll give you a heart.
Do the heart sign?
Yeah.
Aww.
And it goes out to you, too, out there.
To all of our listeners.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day. Truly mean it.